what we're gonna do is we're gonna have two piles, a black pile and a red pile, okay? And what I want you to do is take the deck and you're gonna deal off one card at a time. And if you think it's red, you're gonna put it in this pile. And if you think it's black, you're gonna put it in this pile, right? But you're only gonna do one at a time. You're not looking, you're just doing it based off instinct, whatever you feel.
Right.
So you deal one off, you think it's red, it goes here, you think it's black, it goes here. Okay, good job, that's good, that's perfect. Let's just say we continue, but switch the piles, okay?
Okay.
So since he made a small mistake, we're just gonna switch piles. You can go red here and black here.
Okay.
Perfect. Think you did good?
From what you tell me, I think I did pretty decent.
Here, watch this. We'll take this pile, right? I'm not gonna change the order at all, right? We'll just turn over the marker cards.
Okay.
Right, so that's your one pile. Here's your other pile if we get it off the table. Right? All we're gonna do is turn over the marking cards, right?
Okay.
Now watch this. You do this all on your own. I didn't make you put cards in each pile, right?
Right.
This pile all on your own, you sorted perfectly. And this pile all on your own. Not one mistake. Completely sorted. Black.
Good. These guys, I'm telling you,
I like that one.
These guys are good. These guys are good.
All right, so the first step of this magic trick, believe it or not, there's a setup. Now, the setup is kind of hard to do if there's people watching you, but I believe in you. Using your social skills, if people are talking with you about magic and saying, hey, what trick should you do next? That's when you just very casually need to sort out the cards red and black. So be like, yeah, you know, I've been doing magic for about 6 years. Now that we have the deck perfectly sorted, red and black, right? What you're gonna do is how I like to perform it. I'll ask the spectator to pick a card, but I'll only spread through the top half of the deck like that. That way, when they select a card, guess what? It's gonna be a red one. So you ask them to look at it, you saw how the trick was done, right? So now you have a red card. Now you ask them to select another one. This time you're gonna spread through closer to the bottom half of the deck. So when they select a card, it's most likely gonna be a black one. So believe it or not, the trick is over. I'm just kidding. So if you have a full deck, 52 cards, right? These two are on the table, which means there are 50 left in your hand, which is important. So you're gonna have to do some counting during this trick. You have to count to 25. So you're gonna give the deck to the spectator and you're gonna say, off of instinct, sort the cards whichever way you want, right? And they do that, and you have to make sure that they're trying, because you're gonna get some people who go like, huh, which is a really funny joke, and I love it when my spectators do that. But you want to make sure they're trying to sort this perfectly, red and black. You're gonna watch them sort. You're gonna keep sorting. You're gonna go like this. Now it's important for the pattern of this trick that you are constantly encouraging them by explaining to them that, hey, you're doing great. You're actually doing so great, I actually don't think you've made a mistake yet. Like you saw me encouraging the people who are watching. This way, when the turn happens, they're gonna believe you, or it'll just make more sense. So you're 10 and 25. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have to do this counting in your head, okay? Because if they see you going, you're gonna know something's up. So there's 12 cards down, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25th card should be wrong. So in the red pile, now we have a black. This is when they reach 25, you go like, hey man, hold up. You've been doing great so far, but you made your first mistake. See, this is the red pile, and you put a black card in it. Now, since the deck was split perfectly red and black, the black pile, all red cards, right? Which means if you stop them at this one and say, this card black was wrong, you flip over this one, and this one was wrong too. This is your perfect opportunity to not only show that you actually kind of know what's happening, but you actually turn the trick around and make it possible. Because from here, you're like, all right, so you made 2 blaring mistakes, but they're the only mistakes you made so far. What we have to do now is take the rest of the deck and just continue out, but switch the piles. So if you're dealing out and you think this one's red, it goes here. You think it goes black, it goes here. So you're switching the piles. So the spectator deals it all out from here. Doesn't really matter, you don't have to count anymore, right? They can do any which way they want. And after they're done, all you have to do is square up the piles. Now this is where a little bit of, not sleight of hand, but nuance is required, okay? You're gonna square up both piles and show them that you're not gonna change the order. You're just gonna remove the marking cards, right? So there was the red, you're just gonna flip it over, and then the black one, without saying a word, remember, these are all red on the bottom half. You're just gonna take it and turn it over and put it on the top. That pile's done. Now for this pile, you do the same thing. You just take out the marking cards, and what I like to do is flip this one, kind of bring it on top and put it on there, so it kind of looks the same as the first one. The trick is not done just yet, because now I have to show them that they did this perfectly right. But here's the nuance. Both of these cards packets are sorted red and black, okay? But when you spread them out, look, if you spread one out that way, and you spread the other one out that way, you don't have that variance in the two piles, right? Because they're supposed to alternate. So what I do, right, you have the two piles. What I do is I say, look, you sorted this one all on your own, complete to perfection. Everyone freaks out, and now while building the suspense, you're gonna have to do the spread the opposite direction, and people will not notice. You know, now they see that visual of red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black, right? And the trick's done. Now, that is how I performed this trick for countless years. I've done it so many times this way, but my friend Sam from high school, he notified me that I'm doing it the wrong way, and there's a much better way to do it. And I watched him do it that way, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot better. So I feel like I just wasted your guys' time teaching you this. You know, it worked for me for many years, but here's a better way to do it. Much better.
All right, so it's practically the same except for a few little changes. So the setup's the exact same. You're gonna take the deck and sort it red-black, and you can do that just like Chandler said, just while they're talking to you. They won't notice. So you want the red cards on top. Well, that's how I do it. It doesn't actually matter. Then you hand them the deck, and they go and sort the cards. And I don't have them choose cards for that black. I just put a black card out and a red card out for them to choose from, or to deal onto. So they deal out the cards, and you don't have to count, so if you're bad at math, this way is a lot easier. And they deal out, and they just keep going.
You are a fast dealer, sir.
Thank you very much. And once they go about halfway, if you want to, you can say, oh, you can shuffle them up if you want, because these are all black cards, so it doesn't matter. You can say, oh, you can deal 2 at a time, oh, there's 3 at a time, 2 at a time, whatever, it doesn't matter, because they're all the same. And then, once you're here, what it looks like is you have both piles with red on the bottom and black on top. So to reveal it, all you do is you start with whatever color is on top, you go to that pile. So this black on top, you go to the black pile, and you say, all right, let's check it out. First card, 50-50 shot. Pretty good. And you just keep going. And as you keep going, it gets better and better. The reveal is like, what? I actually did it. And then as I'm dealing the cards, I look at it before I flip it over. So I keep going, and then once I hit a red card, I don't deal that card, and I just grab this and pop a red on top. That's all the sleight of hand. And then you flip it over and spread it out. And you can reveal that they split it right down the middle.
So not only does this allow you to do less thinking, it also gives you more freedom in how they deal. The second half, they can do 2 or 3 cards at a time.
Yep.
All sorts of things. It's just better.
Yeah.
Completely overall.
Nobody ever catches that you're not putting this part on top. Or if you just put it like that and flip it over, no one ever realizes that you did anything fishy.
It is a great example of how with a trick, you can do it multiple ways, multiple directions.
Yep.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next week.